Today we're going to cover portable reels 101. You can see we have the entire lineup of Kencove reels here in front of me. We're going to walk you through each one individually and some of the features that you'll notice, as well as how to set up a brand new reel and get it ready for the pasture. Over here on this end we have the mini reel. It's a great lightweight reel, very helpful to have on hand. A nice feature about it is this pin right here on the side. You can quickly interchange or swap out for different bobbins. This mini reel holds about 820 feet of braided twine or about 350 feet of ribbon. Next we have the O'Brien's single geared reel. This holds about 1,640 feet of braided twine or about 660 feet of ribbon. So larger capacity than the mini reel, still a 1-to-1 ratio. So for every crank, you're just spinning one time in the bobbin, more capacity. Here we move into the geared reels. You'll notice these are both 3-to-1 geared ratio, and that means with every spin of the handle, you're spinning that bobbin 3 times. So it's actually helping you wind up faster. These will hold the same as the single. You're looking at 1,640 feet of braided twine and 660 feet of ribbon. Over here we have the O'Brien's Mega Reels. They offer it in both a single 1-to-1 geared ratio or a 3-to-1 gear ratio. They hold 2,625 feet of braided twine or 1,320 feet of ribbon. So just more capacity for larger moves, larger stretch of land, offered in single as well as geared ratio. So today we'll be taking a close look at the Kencove geared reel. This is how it comes when you order one. A few key features to look at would be the twine guide on the front. On the side you'll notice the crank handle as well as the pawl catch. This stops the bobbin from paying out any more once you've set your tension. You have your wire hook, and it comes with a non-conductive gate handle. And on the other side of the bobbin, you'll notice the bobbin loop. Today we'll show you 2 upgrades that you can do to a geared reel, one being upgrading to a heavy-duty twine guide, and the other being a more versatile style handle. The first upgrade we're going to make to our geared reel is to go from the standard guide to the heavy-duty metal strap guide. And to do that, you just need a couple wrenches, 9/16 or 14 millimeter if you have that on hand. You can also use a crescent wrench, and a socket wrench is helpful as well. To start, we can take our gate handle off the reel. And next we can just pop off the existing guide out of the holes. Now our guide comes off and we just have an empty reel. So all we need to do is take this nut and bolt off of the handle. That way it can separate from the frame, and that's where we're going to attach the new guide. So I'm just going to start by putting my wrench on the bottom of that bolt and putting the socket wrench on the nut. Don't lose them because we'll need them in just a minute. So now we're ready to add the guide. We want the guide to go below the reel, and it's going to go in between the frame and the handle. So our crank handle is going to be on the right hand side, the guide's going to go below, and now we're ready to just reassemble. So now we're just going to put the bolt up through all the holes and start that nut. And again, we'll just put our wrench on the bottom and tighten it back up. Might have to adjust your handle, keep it straight as you snug it up. Now that we have our guide on our reel, we're ready to load it with twine. We're going to show you a couple different options to do that. The first option is simply putting a spool of twine on a rod and walking it out the length of fence, preferably somewhere we're going to use it next. That way you might save yourself some steps of winding it all the way back. Once you pay the twine all the way out to the end of the spool, we're going to show you how to properly attach it to the reel. You can also place your spool inside a box or a container so it stays under control while you wind it up. Another way that you can load your reel is by mounting your spool. You can see here I'm constructing a spool stand just out of step-in posts and other materials that you might already have around the pasture or around the fence. Just something that's going to allow the spool to spin freely as you wind it up. When you're ready to load your reel, it's important that you pay attention to a few special steps. When you feed the twine into the reel, you want to go through the opening on the guide. This allows the twine to spool up nicely and not hop over the sides of the bobbin as you spin it. You'll also want to make sure that you go under and have a good connection with these rods in the middle of your bobbin. They appear again on the bobbin loop on the outside. This is important if you ever want to electrify your reel from the frame. So we went through the guide. Now we're just going to feed it up underneath these rods. And it's not super technical how you choose to tie it off, just whatever works for you. It's good and secure. Now we can wind it up. So as you start winding, you want to maintain good tension against that twine so it doesn't get sloppy. And as you wind, you want to kind of twist your reel left and right so that it spools up evenly across the whole bobbin and it doesn't just ball up in the center. And feel free to improvise any way that you need in order to add control or resistance while winding the reel, because it is important that you do it neatly and as organized as possible. With our twine loaded on our reel, we're ready to attach a gate handle to the open end of the twine. This is the standard non-conductive gate handle that comes with the reel, but we're going to show you how to upgrade to the Zammer handle. This handle has an insulated hook as well as a metal hook, allowing you to electrify the reel from the handle end. So to attach the handle to the twine, we're just going to weave the twine through the holes at the back of the handle and make a couple loops around the metal rod here. This will ensure that we can conduct all the way up to the hook. With the Zammer handle, you can choose to electrify with the metal hook or keep the reel insulated with the insulated hook. You can also electrify the reel from the wire hook by creating a jumper, either out of twine or wire, that goes around the hook or the handle and connects to the bobbin loop. This will make it conductive all the way through. And then you can just hang this on your permanent fence. You can also electrify the reel while it's hanging from the hook by running a set of jumper leads from the hot wire to the bobbin loop. Knowing how to use portable reels makes life in the pasture much easier. To see products that we mentioned here today, visit our website and be sure to check out our other videos and educational series, and stay tuned for more content to come.